full, throaty rendition of the club tune. They'll be hoping the players can find the same harmony as the supporters for 90 minutes plus this evening. Well, this is the starting 11. Vlachodimos is in his second season on loan from Newcastle United. They have a new face in defence, Sangati at centre-half. Again, an exciting young player, makes his first team debut. Miguel Sierra. Sevilla haven't won an opening night in the last 4 years. Rayo Vallecano's team is familiar. All were at the club last season. No new signings included in the opening 11. 8 of these players started against Crystal Palace in the UEFA Conference Final. Well, the heat is on, and we have kick-off of La Liga. Well, two clubs where the focus has been on the presidential box this season. This is one who's taken the eye in the winter months, and the summer months, shall I say. Miguel Sierra, who scored goals in the pre-season matches, and a little tester not particularly well handled there by Bataya. Well, there is Bataya, the undisputed first choice goalkeeper, and there is the
very interesting as this game progresses to see kind of who.
Vlachodimos has to stretch there. He will not be too happy with the back pass that came his way from Sangante. Oh my goodness, what is happening there? First night nerves, and Rayo Vallecano take the lead. Gift accepted by Alvaro Garcia, and Sangante does not make a good impression on his debut.
Yeah, it's kind of a combination of errors, Rob. Here it starts from a really poor back pass, which then, you know, Vlachodimos does okay. He gets the ball out enough, but then as it comes back, I think Vlachodimos gives him a shout thinking that it's going to skip back to him, and then when it doesn't, so there's the first clearance. So then he gives him a shout, he kind of lets it go, but then realizes that he's not going to get there. So then Sangante just needs to just put his foot through it, and just, it doesn't matter, kick it out for a throw, kick it out for a corner, whatever it takes. Tries to Cruyff Alvaro Garcia. Garcia gets the benefit of a perfect deflection and walks it into the empty net. Maybe that's where the club sees him for the future.
It's in some ways a needs must with Mendy sold, and Luis Felipe currently injured. Good ball in, they're looking for a quick fire second. Better defending this time from Sangante. Mayhem on this left-hand side. Well, we've lost him, haven't he?
He did. It was a squad and give you that little bit of a boost. So I think that's where Rayo's at right now. You know, look, Rayo's used to off-the-field drama. That's nothing new.
Here's Alvaro Garcia, cuts it in. Sangante away only to Izzy Palazon. Palazon leaves the defender for dead. Sierra only half. Long throw from Iglesias. A bit of head tennis in the penalty area. Rayo standing strong. Guillen with the left-footed shot which racks against the rear of Lejeune. This is Agume. Good header away under pressure from Baliu, and Rayo by themselves a few extra. Takes the free kick. It's a, well, maybe complicated routine. I'm not quite sure that was what was intended to happen. The ball comes in, an adventurous overhead kick, a brave header away. Rayo stands strong. Here's Oso again, and he comes a long way off his line, but governs his area there, Bataya. Izzy Palazon plays a little 1-2. It's a good ball to the far post, but the legs of Lejeune gave away. He's claiming that his shirt was being stretched by one of the Sevilla defenders. And the referee suddenly has to act as a peacemaker. All that pent-up aggression from the summer months has gone out of the window. Pathé Ciss had a shorter summer than most. He was on World Cup duty for Senegal.
Well, and the frustrations of just preseason, always just the running and the friendlies and everything that comes along with it. And so they're just having a little look, continue a great run to overachieve for a season and maybe coming up that little bit short as opposed to just...
Rachu's cross, Izzy Palazon, diving header. Now this will be reviewed because there is a Sevilla player down on his knees claiming foul play on the edge of the area. For now, the goal has been given, but there will be a strong review of what happened in the build-up.
Well, looks like it's been... Has he already made his decision?
Well, that is what the referee has to decide.
Well, there's
Did
the little
Izzy
bump
Palazon
first.
get there by foul means?
Well, they didn't go far enough back.
Well, it's Juan Iglesias, another one of the debutants who is down on the 2-0 down. Just over half an hour gone, really would have been quite a disaster. And Tekken, now this looks as though it is onside. Full steam ahead, right across the face of the goal. Rayo don't have...
You just can't get on the end of it. But again, here it is, that winning possession in midfield.
Here they go again. Sevilla trying to get players back. Demos gets his gloves in the way of the ball. He's not getting an awful lot of protection at the moment.
But the other thing, Rob, that you see from Rayo is the commitment once the ball wins, once they win the ball in midfield to get numbers in the box. And Sevilla have not been able to.
Goalkeeper comes a long way and he collides with the striker. And this is another big call for Senor Bengochea. Certainly Chavarria was making no great effort to get out of the way. He pleads his case, but the referee has made his mind up, and if he goes too far, he may be walking the plank. Of course, the law says the ball has to be within playing distance. It doesn't have to be a goal-scoring opportunity if it's in the penalty area. It can still be going away from goal. And the referee believed that Batalla had made the error here and then blocked the run of Isaac Romero.
Well, but he can block the run of Isaac Romero. The idea is he just has to be close enough to the ball. See, I'm sorry, I'm going to take even the Union out of this, but Batalla's in a good spot. Batalla, as long as I'm making a play, he turned, ran with the ball. The ball looked to be within a yard of the goalkeeper, and then Romero kicks it.
Our Spanish director's done a great job there, Casey, hasn't he? The man in the middle, trying to keep the calm, and two in dark shirts who are bundles of nervous energy, flanking the officials on the touchline. Now the referee in real time gave the penalty. Upon reflection, he may well decide, on the advice of his VAR, that the ball was within the playing distance of Batalla and that it was a fair obstruction is not the word, but he was fairly in the way of it. And the longer this goes on, I think the less likely it's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, he's got to have a look at this for sure. Look, I have no problem if Batalla just runs across and hits it, but he doesn't. He turns, runs with the ball, and gets kicked.
It's the distance between Batalla and the ball. And did he intentionally take him out? Let me play devil's advocate here. And the Sevilla supporters around the stadium believe that he may have clipped the ankles there. Upon review, the penalty decision has been overturned.
Because, yeah, he's just kind of running past. Yeah, you can...
Deserving of the one-goal lead. This is Sierra. Was he bumped off? Referee plays the advantage. Batalla loses that in the air. It's almost like being at your place, Casey, who's under...
Slow coming off the pitch. Then the sub might not be able to come on for like a minute, so
That's correct, yeah. You've got
Okay.
10 seconds to come on when there's a substitution. I did a game earlier this week where they made 6 substitutions in one of the friendly games. Iglesias loops the ball to the near post. Lovely little flick on. Oh, and that was the best chance of the first half, undoubtedly. Psyche his players up, apologises to the 4th official. Can he get a turn out of the rush shot? Handball appeal. Also shot certainly hit the Rayo player. The witnesses behind the goal felt
from Rayo defensively. You know, Rayo could have had a second goal with DC Palazón. Obviously, Sevilla could have got back in this match if the penalty call hadn't been reversed, but still, you know, Rayo were the better team the first half, and Sevilla really lacked being able to put good
movement from Sierra. Gurini. Good block from Batalla, and the referee has given a penalty, and this one should stick.
Yeah, it's always tricky, Rob, when the player just sneaks in front of you. You don't know they're coming. You start to swing to clear your lines, and without you even recognize it, the player just gets in front of you and your follow-through catch. A decent save at the near post, but there you see just sneak around the backside of Alvaro Garcia. And as he goes to clear the ball, this will be the best angle if the camera can catch up. Just catches him as he comes around on and putting the pressure on and winning a penalty for his side.
Well, John Gurini, a vastly experienced midfield player, has been brought in for his leadership. And on his debut, Gurini is given the task of equalising. Job done, 1-1.
I feel like, okay, job done. We got back into this match, but can they continue that pressure and go on to some of the score lines that, you know, both Luis Garcia and Xhaka said pregame that they were saying, you know, 3-1, 3-1, and yeah. Big financial splashings, but just to kind of, like I said, figure out where they feel in their first couple.
Piqué. Now Suazo. Comes to Europe. Oh, and that was the big chance for the Scot to score on his debut.
Rayo an opportunity just to have that little bit more energy up front, just when the press comes, when that initial.
Here goes Piqué, drawing defenders, fighting for space. Makes it a simple save for Batalla after the hard work had been done. He was really digging in.
That's good work, because that's going to be really important for you as well. It's not just the goals, but his ability to hold the ball up. It's well defended from Rayo again. Took a pretty good kick, I think.
A lovely low centre of gravity. He really has improved the midfield with his second half presence. Ball is flipped in and again agonisingly just beyond the reach of Robbie Ewer. Sangante's header. This game is in the balance now. Agume gets it wide. Good ball in. It's a mid-air change of direction from the substitute, Ruben Vargas.
There's definitely some matches I've played where it would have been nice to have a warming break. So yeah.
I think if you're in Minnesota, that could do with that.
Yeah, if you can have a cooling break, then why not a warming break?
Rayo did have a habit last season of scoring dramatic late goals, especially in Europe. Now the ball was there to be won. The referee has given the free kick, and he automatically goes for the yellow card. Ball is hung in the air, and it's a a mid-flight of 5. Lejeune likes a shot from this distance. He's got a reputation for doing so. They hadn't done their homework. He scored one of those each of the last 2 seasons.
Afterwards, and
now they come on strong, and Vlachodimos has to be sharp at it again as his defence had gone AWOL. And the Greek goalkeeper, well, in his eagerness, tries to get the ball forward, but has gifted opposition, or gifted possession, shall I say, to Rayo Vallecano.
But then they weren't quick enough. Rayo wasn't quick enough to get back on side. He does a great job of just, it's been a little sloppy, a little back and forth. Nobody's shying away from the challenges, but just some cleaner passing.
Oh, red card, straight red. Referee took a second to think about it and immediately dismisses Kike Salas. Apologetic. He knows it was a terribly mistimed challenge. The ball was there to be won, and he was late, and he was high.
He's late and high.
And he made no attempt, did he? And there was a little second stab at him as well. I don't think he's got 100%. Any...
no.
Yeah, he's going.
No.
Change the coaches, but the heart and the soul of the club hasn't changed at all from the days that you were keeping goal for them a couple of decades ago. Always now 10-man Sevilla launching an attack. Robbie Ure gets it. Can he make an impression on his opening night? He's down. He's won a penalty. Another dramatic twist. Well, it will go to the VAR jury.
I mean, it sure looks like. I mean, this will be the angle. No, he doesn't get you. No.
They've already converted 1 penalty in the game. They've changed kickers, of course. The pressure on the slender shoulders of Peque Fernandez. And Peque wins it for Sevilla. How very, very La Liga. The odds stacked against Sevilla. A player down, battening down the hatches, go on a counter-attack, disputed penalty, cool head, tucked away, victory somehow complete. That young man can't believe it.
And it's a penalty because the referees say it's a penalty. And Peque with the pressure, Batalla goes the right way, but that height and the pace gives the Argentinian no chance. And Sevilla do something that they didn't do a whole lot last season.
Last roll of the dice, the Hail Mary from Rayo Vallecano. Ball hangs in the air, little flick there, agonizingly in front of Vlachodimos. Goes on a stroll. And now, there is a sideshow for the referee to sort out. All those friendly matches these teams have been playing, forget those. This is the real thing. Ramón Sidlow before the game, suggesting that Rayo Vallecano will be a team that have got a tough season ahead of them. A Rayo Vallecano team of spirit, beaten by a team who had more spirit tonight. In a nutshell, Casey, Sevilla deserving it.